Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to today's lesson, which is going to be on the volumes of cylinders and spheres. And start off with the volume of a cylinder. The volume of a cylinder has a very easy formula, pi r squared h, and it's actually, as we've discussed in the past, a cylinder is actually just a prism. You can think of it as like a circular prism of sorts. And so the volume of any prism is the area of the face times the depth. And it's no different here. The pi r squared part of the formula, pi r squared, is the area of the face, the area of one side, one base or the top, I guess, multiplied by the h, which you can think of as the depth. So it's area of the face times the height. Pi r squared multiplied by height. So let's try applying that and see how we do. All right, so over here we have a cylinder with a radius of 2. And the radius of 2, now you can do it using pi r squared h. Sorry about that. Okay, so you have pi r squared h. You can apply the formula. Pi times the radius, which is 2 here, squared multiplied by the height, which is 2.5. Now, that's if you just want to blindly apply the formula. And you put that on a calculator and you'll get the answer. And I'll do that real quick. So if you had shift pi multiplied by 2 squared multiplied by 2.5, and the area, the answer will be that. Okay. Now, if you just want to blindly memorize formulas, it's your choice. But as far as the prisms go, the area face times the height is really easy as long as you understand it. Like you really can't go wrong, and you'll never forget it. It's just really easy. So let's try doing that. Area of the face. The face is a circle, and it's got a radius of 2. Now the area of the face, this is a circle, is going to be pi r squared. This is going to be pi times 2 squared, which is 4, or 2 squared, which is 4 pi. That's the area of the face. And we have to multiply 4 pi by the height or the depth. And over here it's 2.5 multiplied by 2.5. It's really the same thing, It's no different. 4 of shift pi multiplied by 2.5. It's just a matter of how you're going to approach it, I guess. Whether you're going to memorize the formula blindly or whether you're going to do area of face times the height. Now let's look at the next question. Now obviously this is half of a cylinder, so it's just going to be half of pi r squared h, because it's half the cylinder. If it's a quarter of a cylinder, the volume would be quarter of a normal regular cylinder. So over here, the main trick that you need to be aware of, so to speak, the main thing that you need to, okay, what do you actually need in order to apply the formula? You need r, and you need the height or the depth. Now over here, what is r? It is not 16.8, because that seems to be the diameter. The radius will be half of that. Remember, the radius is half, so I'll just highlight it. That is the radius. And what they've given us is a diameter. We need to half the diameter in order to get the radius. So the 16.8 divided by 2, 16.8 divided by 2, and 8.4. So that's going to, radius is going to be 8.4. The height is 12.2. And now we can apply the formula. Remember, it's going to be half of a normal cylinder times area of the face, half of the area of the face. So we can do pi times radius squared, so 8.4 squared, multiplied by the height, which is 12.2 here. Whoops, I have no idea what just happened there. 12.2, and that's from there, right? Pi r squared multiplied by the height. Pi r squared is also the area of the face multiplied by the height. Either way, put on a calculator and you get the answer. Fairly straightforward, making sure you don't forget the half. And let's move on. So now we're going to do the volume of a sphere. We've just finished doing volume of a cylinder. That's the volume of a sphere. Now for the volume of a sphere, it's just, I don't know any common sense way to approach it, so to speak. It's just a formula. You have to memorize it. 4/3 pi r cubed will give you the formula for the volume of a sphere, of a round ball, solid round ball. 4/3 pi r cubed. Now, of course, if you have half of a sphere, it's going to be half of 4/3 pi r cubed. It's something to keep in mind. If it's half a sphere, it's going to be half of the regular volume, right? Pretty straightforward. Move on. Let's do this question. How would you find the volume of this sphere? Well, you need to have 4/3 pi times the radius. Over here, the radius is 8 millimeters. Radius cubed. 4/3 pi r cubed. 4/3 pi radius, which is 8 cubed. And put in the calculator, and you'll get the answer. So it's just a matter of putting in a calculator. Okay, I'll stop being lazy and I'll do it. 4/3 shift pi, and then 8. And I will do cubed. Screen. And there you go. That's what you do. And if you have to round off, you round off whatever you need to do. But that's pretty straightforward. That's the main math behind it. All right, now what about the volume of a hemisphere? I believe it's called, of half of a sphere. Well, it's going to be half of 4/3 pi. Radius over here is 5. Clearly, so 5 cubed. Once again, you put in the calculator and you get the answer. So fairly straightforward. I will have a look at your textbook and see if there's any harder questions. Not really. This seems to be pretty straightforward. So you should be fine with the homework, I believe. Yeah, you should be fine. All right, so that's it for today. Fairly short, simple lesson. I guess the advantage of video is you can rewind and watch anything which you didn't understand. So best of luck with that. And yeah, best of luck. Assalamu alaikum.